This is DearMamaSal, and during our broadcast yesterday we were discussing rice cookers, and I said I thought it was time for me to try one out. So here we go. I had a lot of options, from really sort of a very small one that would make 1 cup of rice, or maybe a little bit more, or a very, very fancy one that was probably about $200 worth. Actually, I think there was one that was even more. And I decided, because a lot of my viewers are on a limited income, that I would try the sort of what looked like a good deal. It's a Sunbeam, 16 cup capacity, and it was about $24 Canadian. So it'll be interesting to see what it is. Now, the only downside I have, as you can see, it's already bubbling away. So far, the only downside of it, let me give you the upside of it. First of all, it comes actually with its own little vegetable basket that you can put in there. So I'll be doing some experiments with that. So if you just want to steam vegetables, you can do it that way. I found the instructions very confusing, quite honestly. And so this is going to be trial and error. I'm busy at the moment just researching if there are better instructions somewhere. What I liked about this is that apparently it automatically shifts to warm after it's cooked, and that would be very useful. So I've just sort of thrown some rice in there as best as I could understand the instructions, and thrown in the water they told me to, and I'm sort of just wishing for luck here at the moment. It's probably been on about 10 minutes, I guess. So I'll let you know how it works. I'm going to do some experiments with it. So it's all part of my hope to give you some easy things to do at a reasonable price. And that's always the fun of this. Okay, I'll be back later. Oh, I got carried away watching YouTube on some other stuff, of course, and I've come back and the rice is done. I'm not sure how long that took, not very long, and I'm just looking to see here. It looks like it got a little brown on the bottom. Now I could choose not to pull up that bit, but my sense is that's probably quite tasty anyway. So that's very good. A little bit sticky for me. I don't like sticky rice. So it might have been the way that I cooked it, but I'm going to try my version of this and see if I can make it unsticky. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so all that I did is I put it in, I have one of these sieves that goes right across my sink, and I love those. It's a definite have-to for me. And then all I did was I literally just rinsed the rice off. The darker bits you can see is where it was on the bottom. It just caught a little bit. So obviously I need a little bit more water in there next time. Or something. I guess it's an experiment. I use long grain rice. Anyway, so that's all that I did. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm now going to try cooking with this. And the first thing I'm going to do is just cut up some stuff, and I'll talk to you about it as I do it. Okay, so now what I've thrown in there is I threw in some onion. As you can see, the bottom of this rice cooker is pretty hot. So I've thrown in some onion, I've thrown in some carrots, some leeks, if you know what leeks are. I've put in some florets of broccoli. I've left them pretty big because they take less time to cook than the onion and the carrots. So now I'm going to try a little experiment here. I've cooked them through a little bit. But what I'm going to do is just grab a little bit of water, So I put in maybe quarter of a cup of water, I guess, and then I'm going to put the lid back on it again and just let that steam a little bit. It's all experimentation here. Okay, so I let that just boil a little bit. I love this thing. It's like having a little miniature electric frying pan. It really does work well. Anyway, I threw in about a quarter of a cup of soy sauce. So I'm just letting the vegetables now cook in that, and I'm breaking up the broccoli a little bit as it's beginning to cook quite well. So this will be good. Very difficult to do one-handed, I might add. So really fascinating experiment. Definitely worth getting. For 24 bucks, I think I've already had 24 bucks worth of pleasure out of it. Because I can tell that it's going to be a very easy appliance to do little meals in. And if you happen to have kids at school or at college, I mean, this would be a really great thing for a dorm. You know, they'd be able to do all sorts of little things in a hurry. You know, with just one plug. Certainly saves a lot of electricity. Lots of things to go for it here. Okay, so I think the vegetables are cooked enough now. I'm now going to add back the rice and see what happens. And there you go, a very nice quick little snack. Hardly any time at all, most of it just cooked while I wasn't watching. So really recommend that. I'm going to have half of this now, and then the balance of it I'm going to have this evening with some satay, and I'll show you that when I do it. Looks good. Okay, so now I've just put some thinly sliced beef in the rice cooker with some grapeseed oil. I'm just going to let that fry up a bit, and you'll be amazed how quickly that does that. And now I'm just going to mix up some peanut butter, some honey, and some soy sauce. And we're going to then coat this cooked beef in that. And it's going to taste wonderful. Butter, some honey, some soy sauce. Going to mix it all up, and then, as you can probably see, this is cooking very nicely now. It's beginning to bubble nicely. The beef is just about cooked. So going to mix up the others, put it all in here, and keep cooking. I just topped it off with some crumbled feta cheese. In the meantime, I half filled up the rice cooker with water and put some soap, dish soap in there. I'm going to set it off to cook, and the time it takes me to eat the meal, that should be have cleaned out the inside of the cooker really nicely. We like this. And I still have enough of the sautéed beef left over to be able to put it over something cold or have it later on during the week. So I only used half of what I cooked. Very economical.